Hi, everybody. Welcome to our masterclass for moms and kids. And I'm here today with my dear friend, Nicky, who is wonderful mother, wonderful friend. Nicky, thank you for joining us today. It's so sweet.
No, I'm happy to be here. And we were just saying before, I really hope this trend of all of these fun tutorials and videos stays, because I really enjoy watching them, participating in them. I just find them really informative and fun.
I think it's good that you said that, because it's a lot about education right now. And I always, you know me for so long, and I'm always trying to educate and giving some ideas about, science and skin, and teaching everyone what I know. But, right now, yes, we work a lot from home and even more than usual, but still we have some time to really also spend with those master classes, and I think everyone is enjoying those a lot. And yeah, I will keep doing that. I really
Please
think
keep doing them.
Yes. I think when this is over, I think lots of people would change their lifestyle anyway. I definitely want to travel like I used to. And Nicky travels so much too. I think this will all change a little bit, because it's just, so nice to understand that you can do all these things you always think you have to travel to be somewhere. You can do this from home digitally. I mean, those master classes.
But this must be a big change for you, because you are literally on an airplane every 48 hours. You travel more than Paris, if that's possible.
I know. It was really insane. And I'm right now living my best anti-inflammatory lifestyle right now, going to bed early, having a healthy diet, really distressing myself, doing regularly exercises. I think this is so healing to me, and I feel so healthy right now. It's just, it's incredible how your body rehabilitates and what stress this traveling does to your body,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah. But there's some more stress as well, because we're mothers, we're at home, we're homeschooling the kids, they're always with us, they don't have their friends. It's quite challenging. What do you think?
How is that going with Pepper, with the homeschooling?
It's like, it's super challenging, and we foster a little puppy, and so
I saw that.
Yeah, so it's really nice for her. And I think, like everyone's trying to find the most things for the kids to do and have them get enough exercise. And she's going on her scooter here. And it's just tough for the kids to be at home. On the other side, they never get to spend so much time with their parents.
I know. I was thinking, how are they going to adjust when we go back to normal life? Because they're so spoiled in a sense, where they have us 24/7.
Yeah,
and
it's so nice.
It's gonna be an adjustment, but I'm really enjoying it too.
Yeah,
but the school part is challenging, because I have Lily Grace, who's almost 4, and then I have my 2-year-old. So when Lily Grace and I are trying to do the schoolwork, I have my 2-year-old, pulling at me and wanting attention and trying to get involved in the schoolwork. And so that is the tough part, trying to keep the younger one busy. But
yeah,
it's it works. I'm glad they have each other.
Yeah, amazing. Is your husband helping you?
Yes. And this is such a strange, difficult, challenging, weird time for us all. But I think everyone can agree one of the main silver linings is the time we're spending with our family. I've been quarantining in Long Island. I think I'm on day 51. So 51 times 3, what is that? I've had 153 consecutive meals with my family. It's amazing. I mean, what other point in my life am I going to have 153 consecutive breakfasts, lunches, and dinners with my entire family?
It's so nice.
It's that part is really
back to the roots. That's how we grew up with our families. It's really, really nice.
We're just
So
all on a nice timeout.
So you're really an incredible mother, and when your kids were born and a little smaller, I remember that because I just launched. No, it was before. It was
You were
before.
about to launch.
Yes, I was. It was before. It wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki was actually one of the reasons why I launched it, because Nikki kept asking me for samples, and I only had these little samples because I created this baby and kids line for Pepper for my 5-year-old. And I only, being a doctor who's taking care of skin barrier function and anti-inflammation and knowing so much about skin and skincare, when Pepper was born, I was so nervous about what to do with her skin, because it's so, the skin is so vulnerable and so, difficile and sensitive in a way that, what ingredients would I give to the skin? And obviously nothing on the market was good enough for me to put on my baby. It was like, I wouldn't trust any other brand than mine. So I formulated 5 products for her, but only in these samples. And I would just use those samples on Pepper and giving it to my friends. And Nicky was requesting them all the time. And at one point I thought, you know what, instead of sending samples out all the time, why don't I just do this little cute packaging, put them in the packaging and just make it. So that's how the line actually was born. And you've been one of the first users of those products, right?
I remember I had just had Teddy and you came over with some of the samples, which I have here. And by the way, who did this artwork? Because this is literally the cutest little illustrations ever. Like, I want prints of them in my children's room.
That's another thing. Just someone, my doctor who's working with me, my dermatologist, she's working with me. She just had a baby, Estefania, and she just said, the way you bring skincare to kids is actually, they love this stuff. There's like this little suitcase and a little bunny, and then these look so cute. It's a designer from Sweden who did that. Yes, and kids just love it so much
they look forward to putting it on.
Yeah, that it becomes their routine, and they say, oh yeah, this cream I love. Because how difficult is it to, if kids are not used to it, to put creams or lotions on one's kid, because they're like, oh mommy, no, I don't want it. And they have to be eased into it. And I remember when Pepper was small, she was eating the calming serum or the eye cream. She was eating it.
God, I have the calming serum. Wait, just a little sidetrack. Do you know that my little Theodora, she has very, I don't know if it's rosacea. My husband has it too, just very redness in the cheeks.
Yes.
And I remember you said, use the calming serum on the baby. And I did, and it literally went away within 12 hours. I couldn't believe.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know the calming serum is insane. It's also, it's also great when you have mosquito bites, or for us when we shave or wax or whatever, everything which has a little redness, irritation. This serum is everything. The calming serum I use all the time. It's like a little house pharmacy.
Yes. Now my friend has very bad acne, and she always uses the calming serum to take the redness down.
Yeah, it's really amazing. So yeah, and it's really about ingredients, because just to understand a kid's skin, obviously when the kids are born, when babies are born, their skin is totally different to the skin of adults. First of all,
like
the structures,
right?
Yeah, it's 3 times thinner, but it's like, the structure is the same, but the cells are smaller, the epidermis is thinner, it has less pigments, and the melanin is important, to also protect from sun radiation, and so it has less melanin. The pH is different, sebum and sweat are less. This also means that a baby has a harder time and do like thermoregulation. So in general, the skin barrier function is way weaker. It already works, but it's way weaker, and that's why the transepidermal water loss through the skin is also bigger. So it's really important to hydrate the skin. But the second most important issue also is to really make sure that this the weaker skin barrier doesn't get stressed with ingredients like fragrances, or like irritants which can harm our skin barrier. Also, you know, a simple example, you know, in the summer when kids are sometimes in the swimming pool, those chemicals can irritate the skin, can dry it out, can weaken skin barrier function. It also, you know, any irritant you put on the kid's skin can lead to irritant dermatitis, for example. You know, it's like skin reacts with rashes, with you know, it could create a fungus, it could create all kinds of stuff. And for example, diaper rash is also a form, you know, of your kids expressing like you know, irritations on the skin. So everything with our kids' skin is way more vulnerable, is something we absolutely have to pay attention to. For example, also the temperature of a bath can't be too high, too low, because they cannot regulate their temperature in their skin. And it's really important to pay attention to those. And you don't always know this as a mother when you just had a baby, and it's you know, and you think, you know, their brands out, you know, producing kids products, and you know, and they smell good and they do all this kinds of stuff, but already fragrance and other chemicals can be really harmful for kids.
That is what I love about your products, is they're not fragranced. I know we all love the perfume stuff and it smells good, but with children, less is more. No fragrance, nothing. And that's why I love your creams. Just no smell.
Yeah, it's really important.
Just want to smell the babies.
Yeah. First of all, the babies have like a beautiful smell themselves, and
don't they have pheromones, babies?
What do they have? Pheromones?
Pheromones, the baby's head.
This,
eating that.
You know, this is a question I thought pheromones get created later, but that we definitely will figure out. I don't know. But with the ingredients for kids products, you really have to make sure there are no chemicals in. Even like products with essential oils or organic, you know, or some people think, oh, it's organic, that's good for my baby, but they're mostly like you know, oils with ingredients. You know, organic only means that you put a herb in a jar. It's mostly in an oil, but the herb is not synthesized in the lab, and that's really important, that we always synthesize natural ingredients, because it's important that first of all, the ingredient is reliable on concentration. Second of all, that it doesn't have any viruses, because this could cause allergies. And it's also important, you know, that what's the third one? That, you know, these concentrations are valuable and have an effect. So it's really and you know, that those concentration and the effect of the herbs, that this all is brought out, because sometimes, you know, herb in a jar doesn't really have the effect. When you synthesize it, it brings all the goodness out of the herb, and then it gets released onto your skin. And that's really important by thinking of buying organic brands, because this can also even harm your skin. And lots of people get irritations when they use organic brands, just because of those irritants in it, which we think they aren't, you know. And on our kids' skin, it's even worse. So synthesizing in the lab, yes, but keep out chemicals from the skin. It's really important. So we work a lot with panthenol, jojoba oil, almond oil, sweet almond oil. And there's another question people ask me a lot, you know, if almond oil, if kids are allergic to nuts, if it really matters what's in the skincare. And first of all, there's like a low concentration of sweet almond oil in there, and it wouldn't harm anything, you know, what you normally would eat if you eat almonds. That has a of course it's harmful, but not what you put on your skin in this minimal concentration. You can be a little more careful when you buy almond oil as an oil, you know, like there the concentration is a little it's definitely more higher, you know.
With both of my girls, when I would take them out of the bath, I would massage them in organic rose oil.
Yes.
Don't you miss those days of just massaging the babies when they get out of the bath? I still massage my girls.
It's so good. It's so good that you're doing that. It's really important to have this touch, and the kids, they love it, and it enhances their reflexes, and it's really, really good.
To this day, they still love it. When they get out of the bath, they will hand me cream, oil. They want that massage. I don't blame them.
Do you sometimes bathe them in milk?
You told me about that.
Yes.
That you would bathe Pepper in gallons of milk. Is that correct?
Yes.
How many gallons?
I just, half a gallon or 1 gallon. We do this on a regular basis. Yes. Whole milk. It's so good. It's really, it nourishes the skin. It protects the skin. It hydrates the skin. It's so nice, especially, and I tell you a little story, and this is how you see how bad these irritants are for the skin. So when Pepper was a little smaller, a friend of mine sent me like a fragrance, like a rolling thing. Like it's like a stick where you roll. And Pepper went with the roll all over her face, and her face was super red. And I was freaking out, of course. I was like, oh my God, we need to wash this off. And her nanny at the time said, wash it off, please, and really make sure. And she didn't wash it off correctly, whatever. It didn't go away. So what I did is I did a milk bath, poured all the milk in it, and I put her down. I said, Pepper, head down, head down, head down. And then I put the kid's face cream on her skin really thick. And next morning, everything was gone. Her skin was back to normal. It was really good. So, but what I say, the fragrances and irritants and Pepper has super sensitive skin. With her, I really have to be careful. But she got really taught from young age. First of all, she can only use her products. And mommy's products, of course, but only if we go into a hotel or something, she cannot unpack any of the products which are there. It only can be her products. Also, her hair and body shampoo, that's the only hair and body shampoo she's allowed to use. She knows that. And that's what she's been doing, And her skin is so good, so soft, so smooth. She never has any irritations. She's so good about it, And I think that's
right now. It's awfully quiet at your house.
I know. I don't know where she is. We need to get Pepper. We need to get Pepper in here.
I love seeing the videos of her on the scooter around the house. So
yeah, she's so good on the scooter. She's so damn good. It's insane. She puts a leg up on the thing, on the thing, and with no hands. It's crazy. This kid. No, she's good, but she really got used to using these creams on a daily basis now. When she was little, and this is something else, when they're super young, I really only bathed her in milk, and that's that. When they're little tiny, and then I only used the products when I needed them. Really when I felt like in winter, the face cream. Because that's in water and oil formulations, really good through the winter months to really protect the baby's skin, and it's really important to use it when you need it, but you don't. It's not like that you have to have a routine with the kids every day. It's not like that. No. So I don't overuse the stuff on the kids, but when you need it, you have something which is super super valuable. Mm-hmm. Do you cream them every day or?
Well, I do the oil and cream every night. Now, it's been so cloudy out in Long Island, so we haven't needed sunblock really, but today is so beautiful out. So I think we're going to whip out the sunblock for every day. Because my girls they have very sensitive skin, as do I. And if they're out even in the sun for 20 minutes, they come back inside and they're red and they're flushed.
Yeah.
So sunblock.
Yeah, kids' skin is super sensitive to UV rays, super sensitive. So when they're out, and that's another thing Pepper is so good about. She goes outside and she has the sun drops in her hands and she puts them everywhere. It's just like, it's crazy how this kid adapted to this skincare lifestyle. It's
the
so
sun drops are so good. It is the only sunblock that I have found that is not greasy and sticky. I put a few drops in my moisturizer, blend it, put it on, and I don't get that shiny, I don't like that shiny feeling.
We actually have a question.
We have a question.
Okay. Sunscreen is safe for babies and kids.
The sun drops?
Well, any sunscreen in particular.
Sunscreen in particular is not the best ingredient. Obviously, it's a chemical ingredient, but we have to have sunscreen for the kids. So it's really important to protect their skin, also our skin. So when they go outside and when they're in the sun, always use a sunscreen. So definitely, it's really the skin of a baby, of a kid, is so sensitive to sun.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another question?
Yeah, we have quite a few.
Let's answer some questions.
So when is it too early to use skincare on baby skin?
So again, so when Pepper was, I tell you how I did it, because I was a maniac about Pepper's skin, because also from her dad and the family, there was lots of like, dermatitis cases. So what I did, and don't judge me, but I really didn't bathe her for the first 8 days. I only
I don't think I did for the first few either.
No, because I left everything on, because it's so protected to,
yes,
wax.
What is it called? The Barnex, or no?
I only know the German word. Käseschmiere in German. I don't know what it is. What it is in English, I have no idea. It's Käseschmiere in German. But yeah, this is like a protective layer. So when I was in the hospital, they took me into the room where all the mothers were scrubbing their kids with soap and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, get me out of here. So I just straight back to my room. And yeah, when she was 8 or 10 days old, I bathed her only in milk. So I did water, milk, and a drop of almond oil. And that was that. And that's what I did. And I only... Also, her butt I cleaned just with water. I mean, those kids, they're so clean. I mean, what is there? Yeah. So it was very careful. Also, I always, with wipes, I always used water. Don't use those baby wipes, those fragrance. Oh, it's so bad for the
cotton ball, organic cotton ball, and water only.
Yes, same. That's what I.
Months.
I'm so glad you're saying that. That's what I did too.
Not a lot of people know that.
Yeah, no, what happens, for example, when you use, for example, if you use soap on a baby's skin, soap is super alkaline, and our skin is slightly acidic, between 5 and 6, and a baby's skin is a little higher, and it's a little higher in the pH. It's 6.5 to 7, but soap is 8 to 9. So you really damage the skin barrier through changing the pH of the kid's skin. So don't use soap, don't use this, also bubble bath. Pepper always asks, Mama, what a bubble bath? There's no bubble bath with us, because we don't want to have these irritants on the skin and change the kid's pH. So it's really, once in a while you do bubble bath, but really then.
I do bubble baths sometimes.
Yes, I know. And sometimes we do it too, but it's really like, really rare. And, when kids are not used to it, they also don't ask for it. And, it's really important how to treat the kid's skin and not get any irritants on their skin. And it's really also when you wash the kids' clothes with like detergents, and you use too much, and it irritates their skin as well, or materials, like which is not a valuable cotton or something. It's really affecting the kid's skin.
Less is more is just so key.
Less is more, for sure. What do we have more questions?
Yeah, on that note, actually, someone was asking whether it's true or a myth that you should wash a newborn just once a week.
So me personally, a newborn, it's the same. If we wouldn't have the urge to take a shower every day, it would be better for our skin if we wouldn't take a shower every day, because, especially when you have dry, sensitive skin, it dries out your skin more. So don't take super hot, long showers. And it's the same for a kid. And the kid is so much more sensitive, and the skin is not really fully developed. So it's better if you, first of all, don't use soap, but use something, like our hair and body shampoo is super, super mild. It doesn't bubble, it doesn't foam. It's just like the mildest combination of ingredients from jojoba oil, calendula, almond blossom extract. It's the most beautiful ingredients which cannot harm our kids. So as we just said, use water on a cotton pad, and if you think you need to wash your baby at one point, use that. But I think when babies are so little, the first year I only washed her I put her in a bath with milk. And Pepper didn't have hair either.
Bath. So nerve-wracking. You know what I used today, this morning, in preparation for our talk? I used scalp serum.
Yeah, it's so good. Isn't it so good?
Yes. Did you just release that? Is that
I just released it.
Feels so like hydrated and nice. I love it.
When you put it on, don't you feel it's like a scalp spa?
Yes. And I did it like in all the different sections. I like it.
So good.
And
Now's
how
the
often
time.
should I do that?
I do it like 3 times a week, and I think, you put it in and then you massage it in. I also leave it on the entire day. You don't have to wash it off. It's basically like skincare for your scalp. It's not oily. It's a hyaluronic serum, and it's just rich on ingredients to promote scalp health and exfoliation, hydration, nutrition, enhance the circulation, and get really like super healthy scalp and a super healthy environment for your hair growth,
Yes, I see. I love that. You and Tracy Cunningham taught me that about masks. I asked you, like, can I sleep in your face mask? And you were like, yes, the longer the better. And Tracy told me that with Olaplex or any mask, like the longer the better. Keep it on. So I do that.
Yeah, skincare shouldn't hurt you. And when we talk about skin barrier function with kids, it's the same with us adults. The skin has a skin barrier which consists out of dead skin cells, hydrolipid film, and the microbiome. And the microbiome is bacteria, parasites, and fungus. And those skin barrier needs to be totally protected. So if we use now ingredients which can harm your skin barrier, then of course you shouldn't leave it on, number one. Number two, you will feel it with burning and getting a red face. This is all a form of inflammation which hurts your skin barrier. There are ingredients out there. We also learned that we cannot use the ingredients when we're pregnant, for example, retinol, retinoic, glycolic, all kinds of acid peels. And those you don't want to leave on your skin forever. So it's a really good point, Nicky, you're saying that if you can leave ingredients on your skin, they definitely don't harm your skin. And you should only choose ingredients which cannot harm your skin, especially, when you're pregnant. Lots of products say don't use while you're pregnant, or lots of pregnant women ask me, can I use your line while you're pregnant? You should never use any product which says you can't use it while pregnant.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, good point. Why would you do it? If it could harm your baby, your unborn baby, it could also harm yourself, because ingredients, and there you also see that ingredients really get transported through the skin into our entire system and could harm our system as well.
Have you ever thought about doing a stretch mark oil to prevent them?
Your stretch mark are genetic, so no matter
Really?
Yeah, it's totally genetic, and it's something you can prevent, of course, and make it better, and using moisturizers, and you can use the body cream, for example, or even the kids' body cream, and you just moisturize your belly the entire time when you're pregnant. And
I was
you did
so
that, right?
diligent about it.
Yeah.
Every single night.
Yeah.
Every morning, putting the oil on my thighs, my hips, my belly. I just did not want to get them. And luckily, I did not. And my mom said she didn't get stretch marks.
You see, it's genetics.
My bed was just full of oil every day. And it was like,
okay, now I tell you something. Nicky, now I tell you something. This whole oil thing, if oil works when you put it on wet skin, because the wetness, the hydration brings the oil into your skin. If you put oil, for example, on dry skin, sometimes you think you have super dry skin and you get a massage and then you leave the oil on, you think you go to sleep with it. The oil is everywhere, so your entire bed is a mess, but basically your legs are still dry. And that's sometimes because the oil and the skin are not connected through hydration. So it's always important to hydrate the skin first, and then your valuable oils can go into the skin. So with the oil, also with the face oil, in case you use a face oil, it needs to be on damp skin, on wet skin.
Oh,
and
it's good.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So if you have, for example, a shower gel, which is an oil, that's actually really nice because it hydrates your skin. Yeah, you should try that. Or a drop of almond oil in your bathtub, together with the milk. it's really nice. On dry skin, it's more tricky, especially when you have super dry skin. So
I was watching last night on Instagram some tutorial lymphatic drainage, and
yeah.
putting the oil on my face, and I was doing the sculpting and all that. Do you think that works?
By the way, a lymphatic drainage is a very mild massage, and it never goes from below up. That's totally wrong. It's not a lymphatic drainage. It's maybe a sculpting massage, but not lymph. The lymph are here behind the ear, in front of the ear, and on temples, and you massage. First you massage those, you know, you do massages, and you massage behind the ear, in front of the ear, temples, and then what you do, you very gently massage 50 times in this direction, 50 times down, 50 times down, and then you activate your lymph nodes again. This is how you can get the lymph out of your skin, out of your face, but always massage from up to down. You know, that's how you do lymph drainage. Yeah. So if somebody tells you lymph drainage is like this,
I was doing like something like this.
That's
like
more like sculpting. Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, it's nice. Yeah.
I'm doing all this fun experimenting with beauty while I'm quarantining.
You know, massages are always nice because they enhance your fibroblasts, your skin cells, to produce collagen. It's actually a really great anti-aging tool to do massages on your skin. Massages shouldn't be too rough because the attachment from the muscle and the bone, you don't want to destroy that because then you get more sagging skin. So don't do rough massages. Do massages which enhance the work of your fibroblasts. But also that's a really good anti-aging tool. And the second thing for anti-aging, and people often don't really, we need to talk about this more, is, for example, using this hyaluronic acid. You know, this hyaluronic acid basically has different molecule sizes which penetrate into different skin layers, and the skin layer where our collagen is and our elastin, you know, you have to think of a rubber band. The rubber band, when it's aging, it crumbles. So and it's the same with our collagen and elastin. At a certain period of our age, it all goes downwards, and if we can replace the hyaluronic acid in those areas, it keeps it nice and elastic and moist and plump. So it's really important to use this morning and night before your moisturizer. It's such a good product. So
and that helps lock the moisture in, right?
Yes. So exactly. So first, we always need to do hydration to the skin. Hydration is the first step in our skincare routine. So hydration, you can do the facial mist, the super anti-aging serum, the anti-pollution drops. It's all hydration, 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 and then you use your moisturizer. Not the other way around. The serums always come first because they give the hydration to the skin, and the hydration is the key to take on the lipids from the moisturizer as well. The moisturizer should be hydrating, of course, as well, but the base for the skin is the hydration. So never ever dry out your skin, even if you have acne skin. Acne skin is also super vulnerable because skin barrier functions are already weakened, and we need the hydration to enhance the skin barrier function. So the myth to dry out acne is totally not right. That's why I created this clarifying line to really hydrate, heal up the spots, and do anti-aging. So if you have acne, never ever dry out your skin. Also, when you have oily skin, never dry out your skin. Oiliness and dryness are not opposites.
Yeah, see, I used to get a shiny T-zone, and I would try and dry it out. And I remember you were like, no, do not do that. So then I started exfoliating more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's also good is if you have a T-zone, you treat the T-zone differently to the rest. For example, you use the normal face cream on the rest of the skin, the face, and the T-zone, you use the face cream light, you know? So you can, switch it up a little bit.
On the subject of oils, we've had some questions whether it's okay and safe to use oils on babies, baby oil.
Baby oils, I think that's something very common to use on kids. I always prefer creams and moisturizers over oils for babies. it's still very common, and you can use oil. Definitely watch out what kind of oils it is. It's, you know, it's like when you go in the drugstore and you grab an oil which is like maybe $2 or something, there's not necessarily good oils in there. So it's really important what type of oil it is. And you know, it shouldn't have fragrances and it shouldn't have chemicals. So always watch out for the ingredients. And everybody who has signed up to the masterclass, we can send out like a list of ingredients to avoid also in kids products, and ingredients to look out for.
I am very, very a stickler on no sulfates and no parabens. And that really didn't come on to my radar till like 10, 12 years ago. Yeah. And I'm a bath person. Like, I love a long hot bath. I do the shampoo, the conditioner, and then I'll stand up for the shower at the end. But it's just so frightening that for all of those years, I had no idea. And I was essentially soaking in sulfates and parabens.
Yes. So yeah, you really have to watch out. You should definitely not give this to your children. And that's why I did the work for you. I know these products are not the cheapest one, but they're so good. And, you know, for me, it's like just about the quality of ingredients. I don't do any compromises, especially when it comes to my family and my patients and everyone who's using Sturm. I think know and trust my quality. And I think that's something I will never, ever, 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 ever compromise on. So for the kids line, of course, best ingredients. It's our children. It's again with everything, you don't need to overuse it. You don't need to use that much. The kids don't go through these products like super fast, and especially kids who also have things like dermatitis. You know what, I found kids with dermatitis, I have such great feedback on our body cream. I recommend this actually also to adults who have problems with their dermatitis. And there's from chamomile, jojoba, marigold extract. It's such a beautiful body cream. I love it too, actually. By the way, did you have my body cream?
Yes. Yes. This, yeah. I love the smell. It's just so like barely
pure.
There, but it just is very pure, very, very light.
Yeah, and you don't want your kids to smell like fragrance, you know.
Oh.
You don't want that. I you know, I love the smell of my kids. So nice.
So nice.
We have another question from Francine. She said, my 8-year-old son has very dry skin. Sometimes it's itchy on his arms and legs. What do you recommend? I'm worried about it becoming eczema over time.
Can we dye her in maybe? Would you want to be dyed in? Because that's we would need to ask some question what she's using, you know, what is happening in the pool. Maybe he's a swimmer. You know, there's so many factors which you know come together in order to find out what it is from and what kinds of products they're using. I think you know, have you tried our products on the body? And you know, especially, you know, for eczema prone skin, I recommend the body cream. So good. And I have such great feedback. Also the calming serum, really, really great. And Nicky used this on her kids as well.
So Francine isn't available at the moment.
Okay, so try the body cream on him. And you know, we can also schedule a FaceTime call for everyone out there if you have specific questions where there needs to be a little interaction, because we need to find out a little bit more about the circumstances. Then sign up for a FaceTime appointment with all my estheticians. They're all free, and we can assess your ingredients and what you're doing and the best way of taking care of your skin or of the skin of your kids.
One of the participants is asking if milk baths work for adults.
Yeah, of course. I bathe in milk all the time. I love this. I love it. Yeah, I love it. When Pepper is having milk, we take a bath together. I love it. So good.
That's so cute.
Yeah. Someone asked about diaper rashes, and you know, diaper rashes come only from diapers. There wouldn't be diaper rashes if there weren't diapers. And of course, because it's kind of like a wet chamber where, you know, the kids pee or poop, whatever. And, you know, if you as a mother and you're still breastfeeding and you, for example, take a lot of vitamin C or orange juices, then the kids' poop becomes more acidic. And, you know, together with the urea from the urine, you can develop a diaper rash. And basically what's really good trick, there's something called lanolin, and this comes from sheep, and it's very, very wound healing. And this is, for example, also in our lip balm, by the way. So for anybody who has problems with their nipples as well, with breastfeeding, that's a really great breastfeeding tool, the lip balm. But for the diapers, what some people do, and it's recommended actually from doctors also in Germany, they take sheep wool and put it in the diapers, between the diaper and the kid's butt. And so that the diaper rash wouldn't appear. So that's like a little trick you can do. But also, you know, what we actually developed is the bum cream for kids. The bum cream. And this is really amazing to hear that. I used it for Pepper all the time. It works so fast. Did you try that, Nikki?
Yes, of course. And I think you also raised an important point about the acidity. When I was breastfeeding, I was going to get the fresh pressed juice downstairs from my house, and I was getting the orange and all these citrusy juices. And then I was also eating hot tamale candies, and my babies kept spitting up, and I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
I brought her in for the checkup. The doctor was asking me about my diet, and I mentioned the fresh pressed juices, and they were like, no, that goes straight into the milk. So really, really be careful about anything spicy or citrusy, because it sours the milk.
Yes.
So that's, a lot of people should know that.
Yeah, but that's, you know, that these are the little things that everybody knows, and this can lead to diaper rashes as well. You know, that's really important.
Yeah, my brother Baron just had a baby last month, Baron and Tessa, and she was sitting there drinking a big thing of orange juice. I was like,
Where's Tessa? Is she dialing? Did she dial in?
No, I should have had her dial in. She's with my brother, and you know, it's such a strange time to bring a baby into the world, but also so nice that you're literally just locked together.
How's she doing? Are they doing well with the baby? Is everything cool?
The baby is doing great. It's just the three of them, and her mother lives not too far away, so she comes over and will help a few days a week. But they are in, you know, they're in baby heaven. So sweet visiting. I brought the girls over last week, and we went over for lunch, and it's just so cute seeing my little brother as this daddy, and it's adorable. I'm really, really, really happy for them.
So
but you can definitely tell that it hits you, because you know, you're just on cloud 9 for the first few weeks and you're so excited, but then the exhaustion kicks in. So I think they're at that phase where they're tired, but they're loving it.
Oh yeah, Pepper was not an easy kid. She was up every night for the longest time, and she sleeps with me in bed still.
She does. I have never let my girls sleep in bed, which I was always told there's no such thing as one time. And
you know, Pepper, want to say hi? Come and say hi. Pepper, it's Nicky here. Come and show your little puppy.
Oh, I want to see the puppy. That's Pepper, so lovely that you guys are fostering. It's really wonderful.
Yeah, Pepper is such a good caretaker. She's so sweet with the puppy. Pepper, explain your products. Come on.
The animals are a real winner during this quarantine too.
Yes. You know why we are fostering puppies? Just because, you know, Tracy Cunningham put this post up and said, you know, they're the dog shelters are closing, and we all need to foster dogs, otherwise they get put to sleep. And the next day I went by and I just picked up a dog, and it's so nice. I actually really love it.
It's wonderful. I'm on the board of Animal Haven, which is our shelter in New York, and they've been telling me that it's just been devastating with the virus. They have had to go into so many different homes in the full gear and collect animals whose owners have passed away.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, that's so bad. Yeah, New York is...
People at Animal Haven are literally going into these homes and risking their lives to save these animals.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful what you're doing with the fostering, because it's a scary time for animals too. Very,
very. I mean, yeah, I hope this is under control soon. By the way, we're doing a mask-a-thon, Nicky. Maybe you come and mask with us as well on the 9th, next Saturday, and we're going live for 2 hours.
I masked this morning.
Yes, so we're all going live on next Saturday, and I will have like really amazing guests and also scientists. And the one scientist, he is actually working on the vaccine, and probably there will be a vaccine for this in like September-ish, I think. So you will be talking about that. Really interesting. I think so many people are working on this topic. Also, we will have people from the front line, and it's just so it would be so cool, everybody coming together. We send out masks to everybody who signed up is getting a mask. So get all on our link in bio and sign up for your mask, and we will all mask together. Nicky, I hope you will be
fun.
Joining us. Yeah, maybe you have time next week if you have nothing else to do.
I have nothing else to do. No, that's what I do on my weekends now. That's when I catch up on my beauty, and I do my face mask and my hair mask, and I've got some of these beauty tools and I've started using those. I don't know, the weekends are my self-care beauty time.
Yeah, so let's do this all together with everyone. Let's get Paris she can DJ a little bit for us.
Paris, my mom, Tessa,
yes,
we'll get
yes,
affair.
Yes, let's do it. Nicky, thank you so much. You're the best. Were there any more questions?
We've had a few, but we can answer them.
No, let's ask more questions.
Okay, so we had a lot of ladies ask me about bath water, which I think you answered earlier.
So the bath water should be, because kids don't have thermoregulation built out, so the bath should be like body temperature, like 37 degrees or around 100 Fahrenheit.
Do you still do the elbow test? That's what I did.
Yeah, the elbow test. So it shouldn't be too hot, not too cold. And I think, as a mother, you do this instinctively, right?
Yes.
A lady was also asking about kind of self-care for mums. What's good to kind of make yourself feel better in the evenings?
So that's a really good one. First of all, when you're pregnant, you're going through all kinds of problems with your skin, or maybe your skin becomes fantastic. One thing is, if you did you take those vitamins during pregnancy, B12 and stuff?
Yes.
There's actually a study which says that B12 is causing also acne, can cause acne in pregnancy.
Really?
Yes, and because we take it so much in the and during pregnancy, this could be actually also the cause for breakouts. So it's very interesting. And then what I noticed after pregnancy, I got super dry skin, because your hormones changed again. My skin was super
I got dry hair.
Oh, I couldn't touch anything with my hands because they were so dry. And so I think, like always, it's so important to always keep your skin extra hydrated. Use the mask, our face mask, our hydrating face mask you can use all the time. Nicky sleeps in it. I walk around it a bit. I did it this morning, actually. I do it every day. I put it on, leave it on, and if I want to reactivate my skin, what I do, I rub it off, I peel it off like little worms. It comes off, and you peel it off, and then it's like a little massage, and enhances the circulation, but also exfoliates and enhances the fibroblastic skin cells and the collagen. So you get like this super nice, refreshed, beautiful, glowy, dewy baby butt soft skin. So this is really something you can do all the time. And this is a product you all should have at home. Where's my face mask? Here. This is the face mask. It's such a nice Caroline Clay aloe vera face mask.
Smells really good too.
Yes, yes, love this. So that's that. This was so nice, Nikki. You are the best. Thank you so much for joining us.
Catching up with you.
Yes, yes, I love you so much.
Hopefully I see you in LA.
Yes, please soon. I miss you.
You too.
Big kiss to the family, and happy weekend for you guys.
All right, you too.
Bye, everybody.
Charlie and Adam.
Thank you. Happy weekend to everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. Bye.